In a lifetime of reporting, no one has ever asked me, go out and find happiness. You get assigned to droughts, floods, earthquakes and wars, misery aplenty. But the elusive subject of human happiness, where do you begin? Here in Australia, we're living longer and richer lives than ever, yet we're still complaining. A nation of misery guts. So I ventured forth on a strange journey of self-discovery to find out why we're so unhappy and how to put a smile back on our dials. If the greatest evidence of happiness is laughter, then my search would be over even before it's begun. But this is forced laughter, emitted in convincing guffaws by a laughter yoga class in South Australia with the laughter master, Mumbai doctor Madan Kataria.
The world is getting so stressed out. Depression is #1 disease. There is hardly anything to laugh about. And this is why laughter yoga is a system which actually prescribes laughter to the people so that you get the benefits.
Laughter is certainly the best medicine here in the Adelaide Hills. This is one of 16,000 of Dr. Kataria's laughter clubs worldwide, where members find that fake laughter very quickly turns into the real thing. And everyone, even me, ends up feeling a whole lot happier.
Do you think, ladies, that you're nicer to the blokes in your life because of this?
Oh, most definitely. We make eye contact, we do a laughter exercise, and in no time at all, the laughter's spontaneous and it's just so much fun, makes you feel good. Best way to de-stress you'll ever find.
I mean, I wanted to do it because I wanted to be alive and active for as long as I possibly could. And laughter's a great way to be able to do that. Because I feel like 20 years younger every time I laugh.
Well, why not stand as a political party?
Maybe we can form the laughter party.
The thing about
There's an idea. Very good, very good. Yay!
Speaking of laughter and politics, perhaps there's no better place to continue my odyssey than the United States of America, where the Constitution states the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
So I should wake up in the morning, I should look in the mirror, I should say, my God, you're looking good today.
No.
This is going to be the best.
You don't look in a mirror. You look inside.
Now here's...
Goldie Hawn embodies the American dream. Rich, successful, a Hollywood star.
Everybody wants to be a star. Everybody wants to get success. Everybody wants fame, fortune, money, notoriety. These are hollow pursuits.
And to be truly happy, she believes we have to start young. Across the United States, Goldie has opened hundreds of schools where happiness is part of the curriculum.
I felt our children were inheriting a world that would never be the same. It would be full of challenges, full of obstacles, very difficult, and tremendous polarity. There had to be a way to help these kids, manage some of these fears.
How many of you today feel very happy at this moment?
How are you guys feeling today? Feeling happy today?
Yeah!
Yeah.
At Goldie's school, kids learn about how the brain works, breathing and meditation.
Your hands on your knees.
All of this, they tell me, part of the art of becoming happy.
Altogether, it's helped them with testing, with fear, with sports. Their grades have gone up. They're more attentive. They're more self-aware. They more self-regulate. It's incredible when you look at, I had one wish, let's make kids happier, and look at the benefits of happiness.
For while it's hard to prove that people are happy, misery requires no more evidence than the look on someone's face. And most New Yorkers could do with a stint at one of Goldie's schools. After all, the experts say the Big Apple is recognised as the unhappiest place in the United States.
in this city, there's always somebody richer. There's always somebody who has more fame. We know from worldwide studies that status equality, feeling good in your old skin, is more important to happiness than being able to excel, being rich. And
Dan Buettner is happy, and so he should be. His girlfriend is 1980s top swimsuit model Cheryl Teagues, and moreover, he's written several New York Times bestsellers on the subject of happiness.
So is there really a science of happiness?
There's an enormous science of happiness. You know, when you look at the happiness formula, there is an ingredient that includes, am I married to the right person? Do I have enough education? Do I make money? Do I have engaging work? Do I volunteer? The biggest variable in that formula is where you live. If you live in an unhappy place, if you live in Sydney and don't have adequate housing, yes, moving elsewhere in Australia is a good move.
Should we change our job in the pursuit of happiness?
Yes. If you're unhappy in your job, you should definitely, unless you absolutely need the money. But the reality is most people are engaged in their work because they see this specter of more money bringing more happiness. You should be trying to enjoy your life moment to moment, day to day, and I think the rest will follow.
And so to the city of Monterrey in northern Mexico. A dangerous place that the Australian government warns a traveller not to visit. More than 33,000 innocent people have died here in the crossfire between warring drug cartels. So, keeping my head down amongst the market stalls with the cactus, canaries and coconuts...
Is my coconut half empty or half full?
It's half full.
I learn from Dan the bewildering contradiction that this city is one of the happiest places on earth.
I think it's the joy of everyday life right here. You know, to maximize happiness, when you look worldwide, you should be interacting about 7 hours a day socially. And these people go to work and they're doing it.
Hey.
Isn't that a happy sound?
Isn't that great?
Just around the corner, a huge bundle of human happiness. A man so big, it's hard to move him around.
And from what I hear, he needs a truck that size.
Yeah, well, for a man who holds the Guinness World Record in weight, he does need one.
And well, Uribe lives on this truck, which parks in his specially converted living room. But not only is he the heaviest human...
Oh, get under there and lift it.
But Dan says also one of the happiest.
For me, this is the icon of Mexican happiness.
Well, I certainly get the idea that the pursuit of happiness leads you to some interesting places and some very interesting people.
Yes, and for me, Manuel here represents the counterintuitive nature of happy. What you see isn't always necessarily what brings you the most happiness.
That's worth remembering.
Indeed.
I do have one important question for him. Does he have the secret of happiness?
Es como cuando tienes un carro, un vehículo nuevo.
He says he's happy because he carries Christ in his heart. And you'll see throughout Monterrey here, the vast majority of the people we'll meet as we go out today are people who have the same steadfast belief in God, and that's something that makes up for a lot of the shortcomings of this area and a lot of difficulties in life. Hard to swallow, but it's a facet of Mexico.
It's one in the eye for rationalists, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you believe in something, when you have belief, trust, wonder, all of these things will lead to a better state of neurobiology. So it's not about religion, it's about believing. It's about having faith. So those are two very different things.
Maybe, despite my travels, happiness begins at home, and in the most unlikely places.
And more than 500 kilometres from the sea, a great Australian beach.
You almost expect the waves to be breaking on it, but... So thank you all very much for coming in.
Professor Robert Cummins is a happiness expert.
So there's 9 questions.
Based on his surveys around the country, nowhere in Australia are people happier than the good folk of Wagga Wagga.
There are 2 kinds of happiness. There's happiness like you get eating an ice cream, but the happiness that we're measuring is a deep mood state that gives us all normally a positive sense of ourselves. And we know very precisely how to measure that and where people should be to be in the normal range.
I reckon that out of 10, I'm about a 7.5. How does that stack up?
7.5 is the Australian average, and it is a very good
It's pretty boring
place.
of me.
It's a very good place to be. And if we get up too high, then strange things start to happen. We become very careless. It's like we're living in good times. Any choice is a good choice. We don't process negative information very well. We take risks. So people who are very high, and some people are genetically programmed to be very high, they put themselves at risk.
Prof, you look like a happy kind of fella to me. What are you out of 10?
7.5, Charlie, just like you.
Have you been to the yoga laughing class?
No, I
But in all my wanderings in the pursuit of happiness, I never really got happier than I did at the very beginning of this story, in the most infectious atmosphere of this quite mad but lovable group of laughter clubbers. But we can't have people everywhere laughing in the streets. It's
it's
a
not
threat
to
to
be.
public order.
No, I think this is nothing about laughing in the streets. You laugh in the laughter club and then carry the spirits throughout the day.
Out of 10, how happy are you?
10 out of 10.
Hello, I'm Adam Hegarty. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minute segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.